Republicans in Congress are complicit, corrupt, and denying the U.S. Constitution because they have an obligation to investigate, and they're not investigating. Tom Homan took $50,000 in cash from undercover FBI agents last year. Then the Trump administration shut down the investigation. That is openly illegal. That is openly corrupt. The Republicans in Congress are openly corrupt to continue to go along with this. And they might think they can subpoena Tom Homan and then Kash Patel and maybe so-and-so will fall on their sword. Obviously, this goes all the way to Trump. They need to investigate fully all the way to Trump, but they don't want to, just like they don't want to release the Epstein files. The Republicans in Congress are rubber stamping open corruption, and they talk about the so-called deep state. This is the irony. They shut down the investigation into Tom Homan because that was a deep state investigation. The FBI agents were undercover and gave him $50,000 in cash as a bribe, which he took. And honestly, the Republican logic is going to say, well, who wouldn't take $50,000 in cash? That's called bribery. Those persons should not have roles in government. They don't seem to get that. They just think it's normal for people in government to be taking bribes. And they're using it as a way to say it was only a deep state investigation against him. These people, Tom Homan, Kash Patel, and now Donald Trump, they are the deep state. They are trying to put only their allies in positions of power. Now, what's absolutely insane, if you ever were a Republican, is to think that people with that moral character ought to be the ones with the job. You think it just because they're on your side. They're not on your side. They don't have any actual fundamental principles. Do you understand that? Like, they just want to take money for themselves and power and position, and they want to have a Wikipedia page. They want to feel like they're important people. That's all that it is. The irony of all of this is that Donald Trump already had a Wikipedia page. He already had it, and his name's on buildings. Nothing was ever enough. But the types of people he's empowered, like Kash Patel, as director of the FBI, who's like, oh, I'm a podcaster, the plot against the King Donald, and I'm gonna protect him. Like, he's written a children's book called The Plot Against the King, where somehow he is saving the king from Hillary Clinton. They aggrandize themselves only through the existence of Trump as their God king. You've replaced any concept of a republic, which means we're a country that doesn't have a king, with King Donald. So you're not the Republican Party anymore. So you ought to leave the Republican Party because it has been taken over, or, expel Donald.